YouTube, this is Care Bear. I just wanted to pop in. It is about time. I know I say it every time, but it has been too long. Life has been wonderful and crazy and just very busy, and so I have not been able to really keep up with watching many of your videos. Please be quiet. Really? Birdie. Shh. Sorry, guys. Really, and obviously I haven't been doing videos very often, about once a month. I think it's probably been closer to 6 weeks since I did my last video. We're homeschooling my 6-year-old. She's in kindergarten right now, and so that does take up a lot of time. My 2-year-old takes up a lot of my time, and I'm loving it. I'm loving my life. I'm loving being, active and having the energy to really focus and take care of my kids and myself and my husband and stuff, but it just doesn't leave a lot of time or energy at the end of the day. I feel really like, my day's been pretty packed. So anyway, so I wanted to, kind of give you guys like a wrap up of things that have been going on, and numbers wise and stuff like that. I did post. I'm posting 3 videos tonight, unless this one goes over. But for right now, I'm expecting it to be 3 videos. My first one was of my scars a year out. The second one is the full body shot, and then this one. So my second one, I did talk a little bit about the weight loss and stuff and the numbers, and I have reached a weight loss of 110 pounds. And which, I never expected. I thought for sure that it would be, between 60 and 80. My doctor's goal has been from the beginning 135 from me. At my last doctor's appointment, I had asked them about that and whether or not, because I think at that time I was at like 170. I think maybe around 170 or so. And I remember asking, is that something that I should expect to reach? Is 135, is that healthy? Because even at 170, I was getting, I was getting a lot of people telling me you should really stop losing weight. But I knew that because I wasn't really trying to lose weight at this point, it was really still the surgery. And because my doctor's goal was 135 from the beginning, and because I had double checked with them, they did say that at 135 it was still a reasonable goal for them. If I didn't reach it, it wasn't the end of the world, but for what they would like to have seen. So I'm ranging right now anywhere between 134 and 137 on any given day. So it just kind of depends on how much exercise I get in or how much water I drink. Bird, please. And see, as soon as I stop talking, stinker bird. Seriously. So so many factors play into where my weight is, and at this point that is totally fine. I'm not even going to stress about a 4-pound variation. It doesn't even matter to me. So but at this point I am like kind of at a maintenance phase. So as long as I'm continuing to work out, so as long as I'm continuing to really watch what I eat, keep track of my protein, take my vitamins, that kind of stuff, then I feel like I'm doing okay. So I'm trying to think of what some of the things I wanted to talk about. One of the things that I had started to do before my surgery, and was something that I had done in my process when I was going through my psychological evaluation, one of the things that me and my doctor at the time had talked about was doing the meal plans, and I had come to her and let her know that that was something that I had started to implement on our day-to-day life. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna see if I can't get the birdie to be quiet. I'll be right back. Hey, what do you want? She's pretty quiet. All right. So to try and implement like an actual meal plan for my family so that, you know, because before the surgery, fast food and eating out were like a huge part of our intake of food and calories and nutrition and lack thereof. So, you know, it was kind of important for me to really refocus and be able to make sure that I was preparing meals for our family, which I really enjoy doing anyway. It was, you know, a better choice for us health-wise. I was really able to see what food went into our bodies and our systems and was, you know, prepared in the way that I wanted it to be prepared. And also, like, the money factor, I mean, there's so many different things that I have found to be, you know, so much less expensive than just going and buying fast food. So I sit down, you know, before I go grocery shopping, which I try and do like once a week or once every, you know, couple of weeks. I go to a store called Fresh and Easy. A lot of their stuff is fresh, so it's no preservatives, and so it doesn't have a really long shelf life, so I can't really buy like a month's worth of groceries, you know, ahead of time unless I'm planning to freeze a lot of it, which I do. I mean, if I buy 2 weeks worth of groceries, that still is past any expiration date on a lot of the meats and that kind of stuff, and so I do end up freezing it and just planning accordingly. But like this week, I mean, or for like the next week and a half or so, I have specific meals, you know, laid out. These are the grocery shopping that I did to prepare these specific meals. And originally what I was doing is I was making a list. Okay, Monday, this is what we're having. Tuesday, this is what we're having. Wednesday, so forth and so on. What I found was that it became really restrictive for me because, let's say I had planned to do a meal on Tuesday, and then we decided to go, or we were invited to go over to somebody's house for dinner. Then it throws off the whole rest of the week if I wanted to delay everything a day, or if then I just wanted to, or if I forgot to take meat out of the freezer, but I did have some, you know, let's say I was going to do spaghetti, I had planned to do spaghetti tonight, and so the ground beef was in the freezer, and I needed to take it out to defrost it, but instead I had chicken in the, you know, already defrosted, that I figured, well, I can use that because I don't have to worry about defrosting it. But then, you know, days would have to get switched, and, you know, I'll let you in a little bit of secret. I'm a little bit anal when it comes to, like, if I scratch something off, I gotta rewrite the whole thing. So it became kind of a frustrating thing for me to have to always be, you know, rewriting it or just dealing with this, you know, messed up, scratchy list on my fridge. I hated it. So what I did this last time is that I wrote all of the titles of the meals. Like, I had a doctor's orders chicken, and I had a fire engine chicken, and like a Ritzy chicken, all these different, I mean, I do a lot of chicken. I do a lot of chicken because it's inexpensive and it's really good for us. And then I throw in a couple, like a roast, or we're gonna have steaks, and we're gonna have spaghetti 3 days this week or whatever. So I have all of these things, and then I just have them clipped and magneted onto the refrigerator so that they can kind of just like, okay, these are the choices that we have. And then today, let me go ahead and we'll plan to do this today because I have all of this ready. And if tomorrow, let's say I want to do the steaks tomorrow, then I know I have to pull the, you know, steaks out of the freezer tonight so that by tomorrow they're defrosted enough. So it's really, you know, been exciting and fun for me to go through, you know, cookbooks. I've picked up some cookbooks from their library recently, and have been kind of excited about going through that. So one of the recipes I'm going to make is the Zuppa Toscana soup from the Olive Garden. I am really excited to try it. It's my husband's favorite soup of all, and I'm excited to see whether or not the recipe that I have is, in fact, comparable to the Olive Garden recipe. So we'll see. I'll have to report it on that and let you guys know. But another thing that I wanted to say, somebody had asked me a while ago, and I don't remember whether or not I replied to this or how well I responded to it, if at all. Somebody asked me if chicken bothers me or gets stuck. I find that white meat chicken is really, really, really hard for me to swallow and to pass through my stomach and stuff. It's really dry. It tends to be really dry, and it tends to cause more problems. The only thing I've ever thrown up on has been chicken getting stuck white meat. So when I buy chicken, I only buy thighs. I can get like 8 to 10 pieces of dark meat thigh chicken with the bone in and the skin on for under $5, sometimes under $4. So that's a lot of food for super, super inexpensive. I can take the skin off. The bone in a thigh only has one bone, so It's really easy if I want to crock pot it. Then I know if I put 5 pieces of chicken in, all I have to do is fish out 5 bones, and then we're good. If I do like a bone-in breast or something like that, I feel like there's so many different bones that I have to pick through or worry about if I'm going to serve the kids. So with this, it's just really easy. If I want to take it off the bone to serve it for the kids, I know it's just quick off, you know, one bone. Even a drumstick, to me, even though it's mainly just one bone, it still has the cartilage on the ends, and it has the little tiny, whatever that is, whether it's the cartilage or another tiny bone. I don't know, I've never really inspected it that closely, but there's like a little tiny additional piece that I think can be, you know, that the kids can get, you know, kids can choke on. So for me, thighs are the best. Even though it's a dark meat in comparison to white meat, it's better than a red meat, and it's, you know, it's better than no chicken. It's got still the protein in it, and, you know, obviously in moderation, it's still a healthier choice than a hamburger or you know, KFC fried chicken. So I do a lot of baking chicken. That's pretty much the only way that we have it, and I just have a bunch of different varieties of how to bake it. So baked chicken for me, one of my favorite ways is to sprinkle it with salt and pepper, put it on a cookie sheet, bake it at 400 degrees for 45 minutes, and then check it. It crisps the outside. Sometimes I'll leave the skins on for the actual cooking process, and then I'll take the skins off afterwards. So that way, if there's any sort of burning or anything like that, then it's already, you know, they can just be taken off with the skin. So that's pretty easy. But that's one of my favorite ways to prepare chicken. So if you guys try it, I just use thighs, salt and pepper, throw it in the oven 400 degrees for 45 minutes, and it's amazing when it comes out. It's really tender and juicy and whatever, with a side of vegetables and a side of rice or something like that. So another thing that we have really adapted in our family is the use of dessert plates for our dinner plates. Even my husband, we were at Bed Bath & Beyond today, and he actually said, you know, I really think that we should just get new dishes, and we should not purchase any dinner dishes, because so much of what we eat now is portioned down to the size of a dessert plate. And I have heard so many different places and have read so many different things that is like a normal size, that dinner plates are getting outrageously large to accommodate so many of the, you know, huge portion size, you know, fanatical, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, we're just in habit of eating these huge portions, and, you know, as a society, and so it's really kind of nice to hear my husband even say, you know, I think we should just dial it down to the small plates. I hardly ever use the big plates unless I'm preparing something to cook on them, like cutting up vegetables or whatever, if I'm already using the cutting board for something else. So it's like, you know, so often I will just even serve my husband on a dessert plate, and it seems to be, you know, more than enough. So it's kind of nice to make that change as a family together too. So let me think what else. I'm still crocheting. I think I had mentioned that in my last video. I'm finding that that is really good at night when my snacking really kind of comes into play, or wanting to snack kind of thing. That crocheting is great. I can do it while I'm watching TV or listening to an audiobook, watching a movie, whatever. It's just it's a nice way to pass time, and then I'm creating something at the same time. So it's not just a waste of time, but it's also, you know, I'm being productive in a way. So it's kind of fun, and I'm kind of honing a skill, and I'm enjoying the craft of it, and so it's been a lot of fun to do that as well. Let me think what else. Okay, I don't even know how much time I have left. I know that YouTube has increased the length of the videos that they can be, but I have no idea even where I'm at this point, so I'll try and make this the last thing that I talk about. I noticed the other day I bought two different kinds of Asian noodles. One was a soba noodle, S-O-B-A, and the other was udon, U-D-A-N. And I made a recipe. I didn't make the recipe. I followed a recipe of a soy sauce and brown sugar, I think it was. It's been kind of a while, garlic and that kind of stuff. So it was very Asian inspired pasta, and I made it with a side of chicken. So it was like the side dish to the chicken. And as I was serving my husband, at one point he was leaving right before he had to go to work. He works at night, so he was having dinner here right before he left to go to work. and I didn't have time. I don't think the chicken was cooked all the way by the time I was serving him, and so he was just having the noodles. And later on I thought, you know, that's so horrible. Here, you know, I had to send him the chicken to take with him to work, and I was, you know, like, what kind of healthy nutritional value do these noodles have anyway? And so I looked at them, and I wish I could remember now. I should have grabbed the bags or held on to the bags. But I remember looking at them, and they had between 14 and 18 grams of protein in one serving of these noodles. So if you guys have the ability to get soba or udon noodles at your local grocery store, I found mine again at Fresh and Easy, but I think that you can probably find them in the you know, international or Asian aisle at the grocery store or whatever. But you know, 18 grams of protein in a pasta is fantastic. It was very easy to cook. The soba noodles, I believe, had more protein. One of them had more than the other. I think one had 14 and one had 18, or one had 14, or one had 16 and one had 18, something like that. But I mean, it might be even a great choice for you know, an alternative to spaghetti. I haven't tried it with a spaghetti sauce or anything like that, but maybe I can try and do that and let you guys know. Or if you guys try it, let me know, because I'd like to know it. But my kids loved it, and you know, it was a good you know, it was a good option for me. So I thought I'd share that with you guys, because I would never have known had I not, you know, and my daughter not begged me to pick up the noodles at the store. She saw them, and I don't know, they were right at her eye level or something, and she was sold. So anyway, if you guys have any questions or anything, please let me know. Thank you for being so patient again with me, and it seems like the birdies chiming in. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, and we will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye.